Hello members at DIYFishkeepers.com. Today I will be showing you all my experience of building and setting up my DIY wet-dry filter. I will also be briefly describing my experience with fishless cycling. I won't go into too much detail as Mega Phoenix 07 has already posted an awesome video explaining the process. You can find the link to his YouTube video in the description or click the link below. Let's start off with a 50-litre sump whereby I used a calculator on DIYFK to assess the size I required. Pot scrubbies used as media opposed to bio balls, and a 200-watt heater. I bought a 5-litre plastic container, created the holes with a soldering iron, and fused the lid together with the 9-litre container which sits below and houses ceramic media and some pot scrubbies. Now everybody has a different way of cycling their fish tank. Personally myself, I pour in 4 caps full of ammonia and let it sit for about a week. In between that week, I will use an ammonia test kit to watch my levels. Now through my experience, I noticed my ammonia levels decreased slightly. This is when I took out my nitrite test kit and took a reading. The test showed a small amount of nitrite. I continued to add 1 cap of ammonia again to feed the bacteria and let it sit for a few more days before I repeated the tests. Eventually, enough bacteria had developed that ammonia within 12 hours tested 0 and nitrite tested 0 with a high count of nitrate. And hey presto! Your filter is cycled, ready for fish. The reason why I like fishless cycling and why I started my cycle all over again is the fact I wanted to learn more about water chemistry. My first experience with fish keeping has taught me a lesson with the death of my goldfish and no understanding of the basic principles of the hobby. My stance is very firm on fishless cycling, and I stand by Mega Phoenix on his video against cycling with fish. I am trying a new water softening product from Fish 101. A polyresin filter supposes to remove metals and maintain a steady pH of 6.5. Never mind the activated carbon, I just bought it to have it on hand. I strongly advise not to use carbon filtering when cycling a tank. Now in your aquarium, pH is not a necessity to play with. In fact, if your pH is around 8 and your water temps are warm, say around 27 degrees Celsius, the cycling process will kick off quicker. My objective here is to create an environment for the fish I have selected. They can live in pH of around 8, although I prefer them to thrive. You may notice I have stacked some pot scrubbies on top of the sponge filter. The reason I have done this is because of this result. Somehow, the water coming out of the overflow heavily impacted on the sponge and caused a gaping hole through the center. So this is the polyresin that I will lay under the sponge filter. It has a great feel to it. It feels very fine but holds well together. I can't wait to start using my test kit to see if any difference will occur over the next few weeks. So that's my wet-dry filter, all complete. Filtration, heater, and submersible pump. For those of you who have been following my progress, you will notice I removed the log centerpiece and attached the Riccia to a coconut shell. The log was infected with a fungus, and I will be treating it until it's safe to put back in the aquarium. Until then members, thanks for watching.